Hello everyone, Charles here. Are you like me? Do you hear these following claims like I do? I've heard these claims so many times that I finally said I gotta have to make a video so that when this comes up again I can send them a link to my video, because 99.99% of the people that I talk to and who respond and reply on the comments on YouTube, they don't understand the difference between evidence and proof. So I decided to make this video. This is part one, and there's part two already finished. I just got to upload it. So do you hear this? Where's your proof? I can prove the earth is round. There's no proof the earth is level. Prove it. 200 proofs of a flat earth. I just proved it. I just proved it to you. Most people are confused about what evidence is and what proof is. In this video, I hope to demonstrate the difference between evidence and proof. I also hope to show you why, in most cases, you can't prove anything to anyone, and therefore there's no reason to waste your time and effort trying. I quit trying to prove anything to anybody a long time ago. Most people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear it, folks. So don't waste your time. Let's start by showing a few examples of proof. Law enforcement officer. Notice I did not use peace officer. When I was younger, that's what they were called. They were called peace officers. They were there to keep the peace, but that's another video altogether. So anyway, the law enforcement officer pulls you over, and look what they looked like back then, back in the 50s and the 60s. But anyway, now they pull you over, and no doubt you've heard this before. Do you know you were going 65 miles per hour in a 45-mile zone? Can I see your driver's license, vehicle registration, and proof of insurance, please? Proof of insurance, please. You pull your driver's license out of your wallet or purse, and you locate your vehicle registration and proof of insurance card. And you hand them all over to the law enforcement officer. The officer then goes back to their patrol car to run a check on you based upon the driver's license ID you presented. If your vehicle registration indicates you're paid current and your vehicle is in your name, you won't have a problem. Why not? Your registration is the evidence and accepted proof that you're current in your fees and the vehicle is legally yours. The officer is legally required to accept this evidence, this fact, this proof. Likewise, the officer is legally required to accept your insurance carrier's insurance card, the evidence, the proof that you have met the legal obligation for having insurance coverage. The officer is not going to argue with you over your proof. You've provided the officer with the evidence, the facts, the undisputable facts, and the officer will write your ticket and you will be on your way. Let's use one more example of proof. You're playing Monopoly. Your player lands on your property. You ask for the rent. The player says, "Prove to me you own the property." You show him your property deed. This deed is the evidence, the proof you hold title to the property in question, and you get your rent. And another example, one more quick one. A proof of service is a court paper filed by a process server as evidence that he or she served the witness or party to the lawsuit with the court papers he or she was instructed to serve. In the case above, your driver's license photo identification was the evidence that proved to the officer that you were the person named on the license. Your proof of insurance was the evidence that persuaded the law enforcement officer that you had met the legal obligation to be covered by insurance. I realize these are rather simple examples, and there are exceptions. There are often disputes over land and title ownership, land boundaries, etc. And that is what courts of law are for, to settle these disputes using rules of evidence, facts and arguments presented during these and arguments presented using these rules, facts, and evidence. There can also be false driver's licenses, false insurance papers, etc. But for the vast majority of the time, these documents serve as legal proof and persuade the law enforcement officer to not make an issue of this evidence of proof. So let's take a look at the word proof, the meaning. How is it defined? I'm going to go way back to Bovier's Law Dictionary, 1856 edition, which defines proof as the conviction or persuasion of the mind of a judge or jury by the exhibition of evidence of the reality of a fact alleged, as to prove, as to determine or persuade that a thing does or does not exist. Now you might want to pause the video here and take a look at this, because this is very important. It's the conviction. Proof is the conviction or persuasion of the mind of a judge or jury by the exhibition of evidence. So you have to persuade the person in their mind that's the proof. You can only prove it. A person can only prove something to themselves. You or I cannot prove anything to anyone else. The conviction or persuasion of the mind of a judge or jury by the exhibition of evidence of the reality of a fact alleged. Now let's look. By the exhibition of evidence. Folks, a judge or a jury or a person who is to be persuaded in their mind of the reality of the fact being alleged, all things being equal, we all have the same evidence to examine. When you're on a jury in a courtroom, both sides, both attorneys, or if you're like me, I represent myself many times, the jury gets to see all the evidence equally. Nothing's kept back. No evidence is kept back from the jury. As an example, in the biblical earth spinning spear earth debate, we all have the same sun, the same moon, and the same earth to examine. And I'm going to make this the end of part 1. I know it's a little short, but I don't want to go over the 15 minutes. So I want to thank you for watching. Please, if you do, like, subscribe, and share, and consider visiting my website for articles and other material from an Anglo-Israelite male perspective. Again, I thank you for watching, and until next time, see ya.
It's crucial to remember that people pay more attention to your demeanor than they do your evidence.
That's right.
It's crucial to remember that people pay more attention to your demeanor than they do your evidence.
That's right.